Hello guys, 566 days of war. Syria has demanded in the UN Security Council that it must put an end to illegal US military presence in its territory and has asked further for compensation for damage to its oil and gas sector and stolen oil resources. The compensation to US Criminal Act has been put close to $27.5 billion. Now from the war zone, where almost all the fronts, there are some perceptible changes. In east towards Avdiivka, the Ukrainian counterattack on Opitne has managed to gain few hundred meters on the outskirts of the village and which has been turned into grey zone. Towards Novomayorsky and Vodyane, however, no changes. Inside city towards Kamenka, which is an industrial district of Avdiivka, the Russian army has been able to move forward. Here reinforcements are being brought from either sides. On Bakhmut front, Ukrainians have attacked Kleshcheevka as well as Andriivka and have been able to push the Russians out of the main village. However, most of it has become grey zone now. Coming to north, the Russian army has made some gains all along the battle zones. Towards Novomayorsky, they have moved 300 meters, while in Kupyansk direction, the Russians moved east and west of Petropavlovka. On Svatovo front, the Russian army has moved towards right bank of Zerebets river. ISW reports that on Kupyansk Svatovo criminal line, the Russians have advanced, and also they have advanced near forest belt, which is northeast of Kleshcheevka, 10 kilometers northeast of Kupyansk. Coming to south, nothing from Kherson. On Zaporozhye front towards Rabotino-Verbov, Ukrainians are trying for weeks to capture Verbov, though with minor incremental gains. The Russian army in the meantime has struck on the right flank between these two establishments and made some gains and disrupted Ukrainian counterattacks. Towards Remivki salient, the main attack by the Ukrainians are continuing towards Novodonetsk, and as per them they have made some gains, but RFA claims that the Ukrainians attack towards northwest of this particular village and also towards north of Pryutne have failed. Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister has claimed that Ukraine has gained close to 4.8 square kilometer on Zaporozhye front in last few days. On interdiction missions, Russians have hit Krivoy Rog airfield, where they claim to have destroyed two MiG-29s, which are capable of launching Storm Shadow missiles, and three Sukhoi 35. This is a huge loss to Ukraine. Here, Ukrainians' warehouse with 25 plus Storm Shadow and hundreds of rockets for Sukhois also have been destroyed. Ukrainian drones have been reaching far deep inside the Russian territory. Many of them were shot down in Kursk region as well yesterday. Ukraine's air power is increasing. Zelensky has said that Ukraine sustained substantial battlefield losses. Counteroffensive is not a movie with happy ending, and he further advised to prepare for many years of war. Yes, a sensible appreciation of the war. Some other information: Kim Jong-un will pay visit to Russia. From Israel, more than 50,000 protesters have amassed in Jerusalem in front of the Supreme Court ahead of hearing on the controversial judiciary reform. From Afghanistan, the suicide rates have risen drastically as per UNO report, and especially among the women who have been forced to stay behind the houses, losing their earnings and living standard. Same report advocates for a mass movement to reverse anti-women actions in Afghanistan. Wonder what were they doing when the American forces were deep inside Afghanistan and destroying everything what Afghanistan had gained materially and spiritually. Today, World War III with hashtag is trending on social media. Especially the discussions are on who is forcing the world to move towards World War III, Biden or if Trump comes to the power. It's all bull and crap. The entire US imperialism along with NATO and other imperialist powers, capitalism, forcing us to move towards utter destruction of the globe, physically, materially and culturally. Humanity is being lost. Thank you, friends.